Good evening, folks. I'm going to show y'all a rig that I'm tying. I've been getting along with here lately. Probably nothing new, but there's some things I do that might be new to you and might help you out. So I'm going to start this leader. I got probably about 3 foot cut out here. So you never know, it's a 50-pound test. That's what I use for my leaders, especially where I fish. That's about right. The first thing I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is a double hook rig, okay? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take me one of these barrel swivels like this, you know, with the hasp on it, and tie it to the bottom. The only time I use, you know, a snap swivel is for a weight. I don't use it for anything else because they can break and come loose. And I'll tell you something else I do a lot of times with these is sometimes I can buy a package of these snap swivels cheaper than I can buy just the barrel swivel itself. Okay, so I'll buy the whole package, or I'll buy a package of these snap swivels, and I'll take the snap part off, leaving me just the barrel swivel. But in this instance, I want the snap on there, so I can put whatever weight I want on there. You know, if I want a 2-ounce weight, or that's too heavy, I can switch it out to a 1-ounce weight, or I can just adjust whatever. I want it to be big enough that I can you know, put whatever size, or if I want to put 2 weights, like if I want to put 1.5 ounces, whatever I feel like putting. I'm just simply going to tie, I think they call this a polymer knot. I need to probably learn the names of my knots better. So basically just, you run through there. Sorry, I better show you that. Make you a hoop, just run through there, okay? Just a basic tie right here, back through itself. See how I did that? Turn that up there, see how I did that? Okay, now I'm gonna make that pretty decently tight. Now, see this loop that's left, I'm gonna bring my swivel back up through it. Whoops. This is easier to do when you're not trying to show it on film. And I run it up there and put, now this may be a bad deal. I want to tighten by the tag end. I don't want to tighten by my leader end, because when you do that, you put friction on your line and you'll kind of damage your line. So I'll just tighten it as much as I possibly can with the tag end, okay? That just left me just a little bit there, see? And then I can just straighten that out a little bit. No damage to my line, okay? Now, get that one more quick tug there. I'm gonna trim that end off. All right. Now, this is something that you may not know. When I fish the South Canadian River, a lot of times I like 2 hooks above my weights, okay? I've done it a million different ways, I guess, but I guess I really like, I've started doing this, and I really like this, and I've added something to my collection here, and I'm excited about it. This is a 6-ball chain swivel, okay? And what I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna run it down on my line, okay? Kind of decide about how far off my swivel I want. Everybody's different, okay? I'm probably gonna try to keep it somewhere 6-8 inches, okay? Now here's what we're gonna do different though, okay? Because used to, I might just tie that to it, or I might just run a loop through it and tie that loop with just a single knot. And but I do something a little different nowadays, okay? Let me get back to this, okay? And you don't have to have the swivel on here, and I'll show you here in a minute that the swivel isn't necessary to use this knot and be good to put you, be able to put your hook on, okay? And you can do it, some people make the eye that this is gonna make long enough for just a hook, and then I don't ever do that. I usually have a hook with a leader that I put onto it. Let me show you so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come around here, kind of make my adjustment to kind of the length I want there, okay? Now I'm holding that right in the middle. I'm gonna go through this 4 times. I found that with this 50-pound leader, 4 times is perfect. I've let my ball swivel stay in the center there, okay? Okay. Oops, messed up there. Like I said, this is a lot easier tying. Let's see, I think I got it. Okay, now, you see what I got now? I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna stick my finger right there for a minute, or my thumb, just kind of keep a little separation in it, okay? Make sure I do it right. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with this end. I'm going to come through 4 times. 1. Oh me, the joys of filming, right? 2. 3. One more time. 4. This thing is, if you could do something to make a mistake, this is the place you'll do it, okay? Now, once I've done that, straighten out there. Okay, I've got this, see this hoop? See that hoop in there? I'm gonna take my barrel swivel, and like I said, you could just take your line if you didn't have this ball swivel on there, but I do, so I'm gonna take my ball swivel and push it through there. Okay, push it through there, push it. I'm gonna use my teeth, pull it through there. Okay, get that kind of tight. Put just a little moisture on there. Now I'm gonna, depending on how long you want this loop here, see, you can hold, you could have pushed it through more or less, okay? I'll hold it. I'm gonna tighten that up. Okay, bring it down. There we go. All right, now you see what you got hanging there? See how that, when it's standing in the water like it's going to, well, it'll actually be this way. See how it pushes out now? I'll attach my hook to that shortly, okay? Now that'll bring me up here to the top, depending on the distance you want. And then I'm gonna put, should've got one of these out, I apologize. Let's see. I'll put one of these 3-way swivels on here. See those, that's like a swivel and a swivel kinda, all right? And so I'm gonna tie this, once again I'm gonna use the polymer knot, okay, I'm gonna fold it in half. And I run it through the eye of the whole swivel, I guess you'd say, not the hanging swivel, that's where I'll put my hook, okay? So I'm gonna tie this polymer knot. Remember, I'll go around through itself, just like that. Kind of tie it tight. I'm gonna reach down here, run that through that loop like so. I have to use my teeth. Okay, pull it tight. There you go. See, you got your 3-way. I have the option to put a hook here because a lot of times when I fish, if I don't want 2 hooks, depending on the depth that I want to suspend my bait, see, I have a pretty good option here. And I'll just put 1 hook on, or I'll take the other hook off. So I'm going to trim that tag line right there, kind of not so much, okay? Now, that's got our rig. We got our weight down here. We'll be able to put a hook on this swivel and a hook on that swivel, and we'll tie our main line right there at the top, sorry. Okay, let me right quick, I'll snell the hook just to show you kind of what I'm gonna do. I'll cut a little leader here. Oh, scissors are about to wear out. Okay, now these are number 8 circle demon hooks from Mustad. All right, so I'm just gonna tie a simple snail. And this is the way that I found I can do a simple snail and it'll stay. There are certain hooks that I'll tie a knot in that to do a simple snail to keep it from slipping. I don't have to necessarily on this as long as I make enough loops. Now some people swear 5 or 6 loops, okay? Some people say 7 or 8. I do 10. 10's what I have luck with, okay? Now the one thing I want to do is on your hook, I don't know if we can get it up there, one side, you know, it's rolled and there's a gap on one side. So when I start to make my round, I want my round to start at the solid side, not the gap side. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Push it up there. Now I went through the front of the hook to begin with. So I get my 10 loops, go through the back of the hook and out the front of the eye, okay? Let's see here. Okay, pull that tight. Okay, I've got a simple snail. I've seen people not trim their tagline. I leave some tagline on my snail. I don't trim it all, but I do trim some of it, okay? Okay, now I got that. What that will let happen is that hook, see how that hook's gonna, when you're fishing and that hook, you know, that, the way you're gonna pull is just gonna be natural to make that hook work, okay? See, you're gonna, because that's coming out the front like it is, when you go to reeling, that's gonna roll that hook in that fish's mouth a little better, okay? It's a great way to tie all the, I mean, I'm not an original on this by no means, okay? I've learned this from people that's come before. So, okay? Now, to tie the, I always tie a loop up here to connect with. You can tie whatever length you want, but now I tie a figure 8 knot, okay? So I'm gonna make a loop, all right? Just like we were tying our polymer knot, kinda, okay? Now I'm gonna make that loop there like I was gonna just go through there, but I'm not gonna just go through there. I'm gonna, okay, since that's on the front, that's going on the front, I'm gonna spin, make one loop in that, okay? Now I'm gonna take my loop, I'm gonna run it through there. Now look, you see how that's made kind of a figure 8? It's a good solid knot. Okay, get tightened up there. There you go. Now you have a hook with a nice leader. This is about a pretty close to a 12-inch leader. You can choose whatever you like. I like a little longer leader because sometimes I like to use a santee rig to float it or something, and I like to have plenty of room to be able to do that. So to finish up here, just to show you what you could do with our rig, is I can take with this middle, just simply pinch my eye and run it through the eye of the swivel. If my eyes weren't old and bad, it would be easier, okay? Now run that through, just simply run my hook through. All right. Down here. Okay, there you go. That's just going to be, my weight will be hanging here. I got a hook here. I will likely float that up since it's so close. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll just let the bait do what it does. But anyway, a 2-hook rig, double rig, I think I call it Carolina rig, I ain't sure. But anyway, that's kind of the tricks that I do it. Thought I'd share that with you. This kind of takes some of the twist out of it, some things that you battle with along the way, some things I've learned along the way. It's made it better for me. Knots I've learned from others, just passing it on down. Okay guys, I was going to end a while ago, but I thought I'd just show you. I moved my longer hook up, and I snailed me another hook during the pause that I wasn't filming. The reason I like a shorter hook on the bottom because the way I've tied this, and I'm close to the bottom, okay? So a little shorter leader, especially with that chain. So I done that. So I got my whole rig here, but I want to show you something else. Pretty cool deal. These are called rig wraps. If you ain't ever seen them, they're new to me, but man, what a great deal. I can take my rig wrap here, see, set my hook in, and I get held up here because, I mean, it's pretty handy, but might not be too handy to film on it, especially on a double hook deal. It's a little more complicated having two hooks, but okay. Go ahead and I'm gonna wrap this right around here like that. We'll lay that one over because that's my weight swivel, and I'll wrap the rest of my leader and stuff right around. Okay. Come to my swivel part here. Just get it. Oh man, ain't it funny? When you go to film yourself, you become all fingers. Okay. I'm gonna wrap this hook right back around here. Stick it in here, like so. All right. Now let's see. Should have just a second here. I hit a third weight out here. Okay. So I'm running about 2.5 ounce weight on that. I'm gonna put it in there. That little wrap, see, it's gonna close up. Match. All of that held right there. Tie that onto my line if I want to go like that. Keeps it all straight. Everything's there. I don't put my weight on yet. It's just being stored and carried there. So I have it handy. You can have these out whenever you're going fishing. You don't have to have your whole stuff out. If you got, you know, say you're going 4 rods and they're not rigged up, well, you can have 4 rigs ready, and then maybe a spare or 2. So I've got about half a dozen of these rig wraps, and just been making them up. So I'll be ready. Just keeps things straight. Another helpful hint. I think I bought these on Amazon, you know. It's the only place I actually could find the orange ones that really fit what I'm doing. They make several different sizes, I guess, and styles. I mean, they make some for lures and everything else. So these are a handy thing too, man, just to keep stuff straight. Y'all know how hard it is when you're tying hooks, you're snelling hooks, you're tying rigs and stuff, to keep it all straight. That rig wrap, handy as your front pocket, all right? Anyways, that's it for tonight. I hope that's been helpful to you, man, and I hope you have good luck, and hope you catch a big one.